Hi, welcome to Soul, podcast series that is about 5 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter for the most part. And thank you very much for joining me today. Happy New Year. In case you have been celebrating, I hope you enjoyed the holidays. I hope you were able to take some time off from work, spend some time with your family, friends, loved ones, your pets, yourself, and really embrace these wonderful days. The year ahead is full of potential and the ability to think and envision our best selves to really live our best life. And remember that this doesn't need to be a perfect story. Your best self is really your favorite self. And that could be someone who's silly. That could be someone who maybe prefers to spend time alone or maybe prefers to spend time at home or out with friends, doesn't need to be doing all the things that social media and others tell you to do. On the topic of doing what everyone else is doing, today I wanted to kick us off by talking about something that I think is really important no matter how old you are, no matter who you are, where you're from, what you did. Here I am quoting the Backstreet Boys. I have no license to be citing them, but just in case. Really the important thing is understanding the difference between fitting in and belonging. Now, these two ideas might seem similar, but they come from very different places. A lot of times, people will ask you, do you feel like you fit in? But fit in is about conforming. It's about maybe changing yourself to match the people or the environment around you. Belonging, on the other hand, is deeper and more authentic. So rather than asking people if they fit in, I want us to start thinking about, do we feel like we belong? That's about being accepted for who you are, just as you are, without needing to mold yourself, but possibly with the inspiration and continuity to make yourself better. Now, here's the thing. You can fit in somewhere without ever feeling like you belong. Maybe that means adopting a certain way of speaking, of dressing. You behave in a way to match the group's vibe, but it doesn't really make you feel fulfilled. There's still that tiny bit of emptiness, or it's almost like you feel like there's a rash growing on you because you're not being completely yourself. On the flip side, when you feel a sense of belonging, you can really feel at ease. You don't have to fit in with the shared activities or whatever else is going on, but you just feel like you can sit down on the couch, undo your pants, right? Please don't actually do that. Although, again, if you're with people that you're comfortable with at home, go right ahead. And I want to give you an example. So I've got a group of friends who all play polo. They're united by their love for the sport, their love of equestrian, all things equestrian, all things horse related. And I've never spent, any time around horses. And yeah, I never thought that I would befriend this group, and I met them through a common friend who also plays polo, but we got along quite well. But when I'm with them, I really feel a sense of belonging. Do I fit in? Do I understand everything that they're talking about when they talk about the sport? Not really. But it's not necessarily because we have this shared interest of sports that I feel like I belong. It's because we can connect on a deeper level. Our friendship is much deeper than just horses. It's laughter, it's care, it's respect, it's being there for each other, listening to each other, and it's not just the surface level similarities. On the other hand, there are people who maybe you work in similar fields, maybe you do come from similar backgrounds, but really you might fit in with the person, right? Like if you take a group picture, you feel like, oh, look, like we all look the same, but it's not really that. Belonging is much deeper. It's about finding not only people, but spaces where you feel seen and valued for who you are. Rather than conformity, we focus on connection. So please, if you ever find yourself trying too hard to fit in, pause and ask, do I feel a sense of belonging here? If not, that's totally okay. The right people, the right places will celebrate you as you are and inspire you to be an even better version of you, not the version of you you think you need to be. True belonging doesn't require any kind of change. It asks you to show up, to be the best that you can be, and the right people will embrace you wholeheartedly. Now, this is a lesson, like I said, that any ages can benefit from. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be, in your 30s and moving to a new country where all of a sudden you're with new friends. If you're in school, maybe you're starting a new school, new class, and you're trying to fit in with people. Remember that as you navigate the spaces and relationships in your life, you want to feel a sense of belonging, not see yourself fitting in. And with that, I remind you for the first time this year, everything we do is step by step, day by day. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year again, and I will see you next week on Soul.